y'all know who it is. I am back, and y'all already know what type of time it is. It is another Red Cup Friday topic. Y'all, I've been gone for 2 weeks, okay? Y'all know I had to go and pay my respects to my uncle. If y'all saw my TikTok, y'all know this week we will be discussing sex during grief. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all a minute to go on ahead and get the kids situated. This drink, this ain't really nothing but juice up in this cup, okay, because this was a very serious topic. I hope I don't get emotional, so y'all don't judge me, okay, because this is a very heavy topic for myself, and especially after losing my uncle in almost the same way that I lost my father. It brought up a lot of, old feelings that I wish during grief you didn't have to feel. Okay, so y'all going ahead and get those kids up out of the room. I'm gonna sip this cup and let's go ahead and get to it. I'll be here before y'all go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or y'all comment at the very end, but don't forget to subscribe. Join the Red Cup family, where we discuss all things sexual health as far as women, our mental health, sexual topics that plague grown women. Okay, this ain't no red pill, blue pill. We don't do none of that over here. Okay, so y'all going ahead. I'll be waiting when y'all get back. All right, y'all, I am back. Okay, this time I'm gonna wing this video because this is just one of those heart-to-heart conversations where I just want to keep it all the way real with y'all. In my life, I've lost a brother. I've also lost my father. Both different relationships, both different grief processes. When I lost my brother, it was instant, unexpected, overnight. A very healthy man woke up to the news, my brother is gone, right? After losing my brother, I can remember just not wanting to be bothered per se with anything and anyone, right? I didn't have any sexual urges. And the reason why this is important, ladies, and why I'm sharing this story with you all, or these experiences with you all, is because oftentimes we don't really pay attention to how dark we can go with our grief, what things are natural, what things are not natural, right? After losing my brother, like I said, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to be with anyone other than my family. I remembered I just wanted to see my mom all the time, see my parents all the time. I was like just in a cocoon, and I just almost felt like I just didn't want to come back out. Fast forward years down the road, later, when I lost my dad, I was married at the time. So, I had my husband there. He was there with me through the process. However, keep in mind, I was not a very emotionally vulnerable person. And this is why this is very important. For me, I can remember I never discussed my grief with my ex-husband, right? I just remember, like, when my dad passed, I think it was like the next day, I just wanted to have sex with my husband, right? And nothing wild, nothing crazy, nothing, off the rail, but I can remember he looked at me crazy and was just like, no, you're supposed to be grieving. And first of all, ladies, before you allow anyone to make you feel a way, there is no proper way to grieve. Let me say that. There are some very dangerous sides of grief, because if a woman has a husband, everyone scientifically, the endorphins and that good feel-good hormone that you feel when you have that sexual release or when you have an orgasm, oftentimes our bodies crave anything that will make us feel good. If you notice in grief, the things that make us feel better are often very bad things. Sex, drugs, alcohol, right? Sleep. Anything that's usually, if you do too much of it, it's not good for you. So for me, I used sex as a security blanket between myself and my husband. So I can remember he looked at me crazy, like, and he told me, you know, you're supposed to be grieving. And I can remember I told him, you know, my dad is still going to be gone whether I do it or not. But in hindsight, what I can actually share is it was a way for me to feel closer to someone emotionally without actually expressing my emotions. Now, some of us as women, for single women, I'm single now, right? And just a little bit of information about me, okay? I had to learn to not use sex as a crutch or a band-aid for stress, because I'm not a person that really yields to very many vices. I'll sip, I'll have a good little time, but I'm not really, you know, heavy into anything. I don't do drugs. You know what I mean? I'm not a person that likes to sit in the house and sleep all day. It's just not my thing. I'm not a person who's gonna allow my appearance to slip. Now, I'll start nibbling. Now, because food gives good comfort other than that sex, now I'll say that, you know, because I've noticed, like, even since my uncle, like, I was just getting back into the gym, but the day that my cousin called and told me that he was gone, I just remembered feeling like a ton of bricks, and I just didn't feel interested in going to the gym and getting up and exercising. I was just getting back into the swing of things. I was like, all right, girl, you about to go back for that old body, and you about to get healthy again. And I just, you know, even today, I got up and I wasn't for it. What I used to do was use sex as a band-aid. And these are the things that I think you all need to talk to your significant others about, right? Talk to your significant other, talk to your husband, even for my single women. Do not run to a random and start having sex. Bottom line, the grief is not gonna leave. Let me start there. And this video, I'm hoping that it will help a lot of my cousins, the grandkids that are of age, right? That may be at the age of being sexually active. Even my cousins who are married. Make sure that you all are expressing how you feel to your significant others. To the significant others, make sure you check in with them. Make sure they're mentally okay. Oftentimes, men will think that if your wife will give you some, she's good. I can remember one time my ex had traveled and he came back home. And this was only, you know, I was still grieving, I'm going to say, my dad. And I can remember, you know, I was the kind of wife that, oh, you know, I'm not going to turn him down. He had been gone for a while. And y'all know I was infatuated with my husband, right? So it was never a thing of attraction, but whenever he asked for it, it was always a yes on sight, right? But I can remember one of those times because, again, I did not express my emotions and how traumatizing it was to be without my dad, because I'm a daddy's girl. And I can remember when he came home, my ex-husband, you know, when nighttime came, we put the kids to bed, and I just remembered I just wanted to curl up under him. Well, if y'all know anything about me and my ex, for those who know us, they know we weren't really the most affectionate people. So you touch me, oh, you want something. If I touch you, oh, I want something. That was it, you know, is up. Is go from here. And I can remember that I really did not want it. And what was weird was we had, you know, turned the lights off. And I can remember that I pretty much laid there. And he never knew because I never said anything. You know, I just laid there and let him do him. And I was crying for my dad. and he never knew. And this is probably, if he watched this, he never knew. And so this is the reason why I wanted to share, because now, did I feel violated? No. I don't want to turn it into like, well, how could he not know, or why would you not say? Because at the end of the day, to me, what was harder to express was the grief. It was easy for me to just say yes to the sex and lay down and let him do his thing. It was hard for me as a woman to just be vulnerable and emotional in the presence of my husband in the passing of my father. One, because my ex-husband always knew me to be a strong woman. Again, the killer of most black women. So at the end of the day, I think we all need to learn to be emotionally expressive, be vulnerable with your significant other. I feel like for husbands, boyfriends, whatever, if you know that your woman lost someone and is grieving, dig a little bit deeper. Almost, I'm telling you to force her to communicate with you. If you see that she's withdrawing, work on her mental health. Work on getting her a therapist. Or if she won't express herself to you, find out who's that person that can tap into her. I had one friend who told me she was single, she lost her father, and she just started having sex with everyone, anyone. I had a friend who lost a husband, and instantly she immediately started having sex, because I believe it was traumatic, it was shocking, it was lonely. She was not used to sleeping alone, and she instantly, and this is a woman who was very faithful to her husband. These are not, y'all know I don't hang with women who loose in a caboose. We just don't do that, okay? These are women who really truly honor their marriages and honor their husbands, and they're very sacred in their vows. But for her, the way her grief was expressed, I think she just wanted to everyone, she's an attractive woman, clearly. So when the men were there ready to prey upon her, I think she more or less wanted one of them to just come in and save her. And I think her grief came out looking sexually promiscuous. And she kept getting her heart broken because she just thought that everyone who saw her as a good woman would see her as wife material. No, they were really just there to sleep with her. Okay, and last but not least, they're the women who don't want sex at all. Right? I had a friend who she said she wanted her toys. She didn't want her husband. She just didn't want to be touched. She didn't want the affection. She just wanted to be left alone to grieve. And for those ladies, I need for you all to have those conversations with your significant other, because you can't shut them out and not let people know where you are. It's not going to help you to go in and grieve. It's not going to help you to try and use sex as a band-aid. I can promise you the grief will not go away. It'll just be sitting there waiting for you, very heavy, when you're ready to unpack it. Okay? So ladies, if you all have come this far in the video, that is all I have. I done got about wet at a few different goddamn times, and y'all know I don't do all that goddamn crying. I just can't do it, okay? So I hope that this video was helpful and thought-provoking. Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know, how do you deal with your grief? Let me know if this video helps y'all. I hope that if any of y'all need to talk to someone, understand that mental health is real. Sexual health is real, right? Be very mindful of how you deal with your grief, because it can lead you down some places where you don't even want to go and you wouldn't usually go. But because the pain can get so heavy and the grief can get so heavy, you can oftentimes try and use a band-aid or instant fix in order to numb the pain. but numbing is not a cure. Okay, so y'all go on ahead and subscribe. I will talk to y'all next time. Hopefully next time the video, of course, the topic will be a little bit lighter. Okay, so I'll see y'all next time. I love y'all. Bye.